Steven Honey joins us on Turf Business TV today, the head groundsman at Brentford FC. Steven, thank you very much for joining us.
No problem at all. Pleasure to be here.
So it's a really exciting time for yourself and the club as a whole at the minute. So we had a brand new stadium last year, and then more recently the promotion to the Premier League, and that was obviously through a playoff final. It doesn't really get much more exciting than that. How was that for you? I'm sure you're all still buzzing.
Yeah, very good. Good day out, and yeah, it was very good. Buzz around the club was brilliant. Yeah, it's been superb. Yeah, brilliant time. So very exciting.
So obviously, Brentford's at a high now, being qualified to the Premier League. Where were they in terms of status when you first joined?
We was in the Championship, probably mid-table-ish around there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, doing all right, playing good football. But yeah, over the past 4 years I've been here, they've done really well. One manager went off to wherever he went, Aston Villa, I think, and the new Danish contingent took over, and they've played really, really well. Brilliant. It's been great to watch as well, being at the game, and now in the Premiership, so Premier League.
So you said you've been there for 4 years now, but where did it all start for you?
All started for me. I started at my local little non-league club, just helping out. I played football for him. Noticed there was an old fella doing it, and he was, knackered and whatever. I thought, I'll go and help him, and got the bug from there, and just from non-league to the Premier League.
So where did you move on to there from your first?
I spent a good few years at QPR, working there at their training ground mainly. Did a few match days as well, QPR, and that was mainly it. And then into Brentford. So.
Where did you come in Brentford? Did you start as an assistant groundsman or?
Come in, I was helping out. There was a groundsman already here, come in to just help out and oversee a few bits and bobs and that. And then, we just moved from there. The times moved on and it went, all sort of snowballed, and here I am.
So obviously you're grounds manager now, so you've been promoted. So how did you find that, obviously going from just a normal groundsman to then managing people and having your own sort of team? Did you have any support with that, obviously about managing people, or?
It just sort of all sort of happened, and just took over and just took it in my stride, really. It went from a normal just mowing grass to office work and stuff like that, being on the phone all the time. So it was like 24 hours a day now as well, trying to manage stuff, sort stuff out. Yeah, and sorting out supplies and getting stuff in and renovations and stuff. It's been, it's good. I enjoy it. Yeah, keeps me on the toes. So.
Obviously, in your career with the new stadium, that must be quite a milestone for you. Were you involved in the development from the get-go? How was that?
Yeah, so I was here since they started doing it. Had little bits of input here and there, but they sort of knew what they wanted and how it was going to happen and what have you. I was asked a few bits and bobs and, the relevant stuff. And, had a bit of input that I wanted in there, and stuff like that. But, the operations team at Brentford, they've been brilliant with it. And you look now, it's a fantastic stadium. And hopefully the pitch will be fantastic as well for a few years. So,
speaking of the pitch, I think you mentioned before that you were in there sort of a year before it actually opened, because you were looking after the pitch, when it was still sort of a building site. So how was that?
Yeah, it was different, to be fair. Yeah, going into a building site and mowing grass in the middle of dust and rubble and diggers and builders everywhere. It was a challenge as well. We was mowing pitches in hard hats, goggles, gloves, boots, and everything. Yeah, it was different than being at a normal stadium as such.
Did you say you had issues with like irrigation and sort of power being on and off as well?
Power, we had temporary water supplies, we had temporary tanks, temporary pumps, and then we had to go in the evenings with screwdrivers to turn the irrigation on. So obviously it wasn't wired to set up to a computer and stuff. Yeah. So we was doing evenings, nights, weekends. It was different. Let's put it that way. It was it was fun though as well. It was a challenge, and to get a pitch grown in them circumstances, it was very good. And we done it. So not just me, but the whole team. So
it was an experience, and you still were there from start to finish. So it's amazing to obviously
good to see it now. Now it's all done, and how it's transpired from just concrete now with all the seats and that in it, and all the knickknacks and that there. So very good.
So now we're in preparations for the new season. Obviously, your home game being against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you feeling about that? Obviously on a personal level, but also, first game of Premier League.
It couldn't be any better for me personally, because it's two of my teams. Obviously, I work for Brentford and Arsenal. I've been a lifelong Arsenal fan. And we're the first game up of the new season. We're on the Friday night on Sky. So no pressure at all, is there?
Yeah, bringing pressure up. How is that? Do you feel like it is added pressure?
To be fair to me and the team, we prepare a pitch, whether it's for a Premier League, the Championship, a B team game, a ladies game, a kids game. We'd always do it the same as that. Obviously, there's the added pressure of the Premier League with TV and everything's scrutinised now. But yeah, there's a little bit of pressure there. Nervous pressure, I think. I probably won't sleep for the week leading up to the Arsenal game. It'll be laying there thinking, have I done that? Have I done this? Have I done that? Yeah. But no, we'll get it right. It'll be fine. We'll be good.
So was there any other plans if you didn't get promoted into the Premier League? Did you have a plan A or a plan B?
Yeah, more to do so with the training ground, really. So they've upgraded the facilities at the training ground pitches-wise. We've had another hybrid pitch put in, which probably wouldn't have happened if we didn't go into the Premier League. Renovations-wise, we've done a lot of renovations. All the pitches have been renovated, where if we wasn't in the Premier League, would that have happened? I don't know. Irrigation systems all upgraded. So every pitch now is got a full irrigation system rather than hand travelling sprinklers with hoses and stuff. Yeah. That probably wouldn't have happened either if we weren't in the Premier League. So, yeah, for me, it's been a godsend that we have got promoted. And, and we've obviously more machinery and stuff like that and staff. So, it's been good.
So you mentioned the training ground. So do you look after the training ground and the stadium, you and the team?
So I oversee all of it, basically, the day-to-day running of it. And, the whole running of the grass facilities there. Yeah. So, yeah. So
I think you mentioned before that obviously you were a team of 5 and now you've staffed up to a team of 9, so you've basically doubled. How was that recruitment process for you?
The recruitment process was pretty good. I'm still looking for one more. I've got CVs to go through. It's getting time to go through them. So we're up to 8 at the minute. We want one more to be 9. I've got people to ring back and get in contact with. They're probably thinking, he's not interested. That's not the case. It's just been so hectic. But the other staffing wise has been quite good. One was someone I already knew that was working at a club. So he come on board, wanted to move on and progress himself. And one of the other ones is my son. So lovely. Nice. So he's just left uni. Whether he wants to continue being a groundsman or not is another matter. But so he's come in and he's doing really well. Who was the other one? He starts on August the 9th. Another one starts on August the 9th, which we recruited through someone who knew someone. So that was it's been pretty easy, to be fair, apart from this last one that I need to get my head around and get it sorted sooner rather than later, because we're running out of time.
Yeah. Quite funny that you mentioned your son, because obviously I was going to ask, the sort of ages that are applying, because whenever we speak to any turf manager, it doesn't matter, what sort of sector they work in. It's a common theme that of getting young people into the industry is a struggle.
Yeah, it is a struggle. I mean, me personally, I don't want him to do it. As much as I love it, it's one of them jobs it's a thankless task. You whatever you do, sometimes is wrong. If they're winning, it's all okay. They lose a few games, we're the first people they look at, and then you think, it's tough. It's a tough industry, and to get young people into that is, it's hard. It's hard when you explain it to them. They think, God, why would I go and do that? But there is the flip side of that is you go and cut a pitch and you stand back and look at all the stripes and the white lines, green, and you think, blimey, your chest pumps out. That's my pitch. I've done that. So for that side of it, the pride and that in it, is very good.
Because I think it's also raising awareness of the industry, because, as you say, when you tell people about it, and obviously what goes into it being, sort of unsociable hours, you can't be out really late because you've got to be there at 6 o'clock, whatever, in the morning the next morning. that's an off-put for a young person usually, and also the pay is another thing, starting off on low pay. I think probably progression as well. Would you agree that, you know, it's sort of like, where do I go from here?
And the pressures of the job as well. You tell one of them, you know, the pressures you do, it affects everyone. I mean, even the best of the best, probably they struggle. And you think, oh, is this worth it? I've noticed recently a lot of people getting out of the industry that have been in it, you know, for years and years and years, thinking, I can't take this anymore, you know. So, yeah, and that's when you need a good team around you to bounce off of people. If you are struggling, then you could say, listen, I'm struggling today. Out and hopefully they step up and, you know, things like that.
So obviously with the added pressure of the Premier League, what other things have changed for you in terms of budget or kit? You know, have you got more budget now? Have you got a new fleet of kit? Have you kept old kit?
They've not knocked me back on anything I've asked for. So, you know, as long as I explain what we want it for, how it's going to help or whatever, it's been a go for it. We've added quite a bit of kit to what we already had. And to be fair to Brentford, we was always adding kit as well. We was even in the Championship, they was sort of moving with the times. But yeah, so this year we've added 4 new mowers, and like I said, we're getting more staff. We need more mowers, you know. Otherwise, there's no point getting the more staff because you haven't got the kit to use. So yeah, we have added quite a fair bit of stuff, and yeah, Brentford have been very good with it.
I think you mentioned before a Pro Core is your new little toy that you've got.
And a uni rake to keep the pitches clean and keep them open. Yeah, so that's going to be a big help, big help with hybrid pitches. So,
what's the process when you do get new kit? Do you have people come in and sort of have some demonstrations, or do you have your sort of ride or dies kit that you rely on?
I sort of know what I want, but I'm always open to. It's always moving on. There's the technology and stuff is always moving on. I mean, there's electric mowers now, but at the moment I'm not into that. But I'm sure it will go that way. But yeah, I've always used Dennis mowers, so I stick with them. Better the devil, you know, in my eyes. But you know, I'm always open to different stuff. You know, if it helps improve what we're doing, then yeah, it's all good.
When we're on the subject of team and kit and such, I don't really want to touch on it very much with COVID because obviously hopefully we're coming out the other end, but I will touch on it just because I wanted to ask you, you know, how it affected your staffings. Do you have people on furlough? How many of you were sort of keeping the pitch going?
No, we carried on all the way through. As you know, the club was good enough to say to us, well, you know, the grass was still growing. So if we'd have gone off and left it, we would have been, well, I don't know what would have happened. So we had obviously a small team. Then was 5 of us. So we did split into 2 teams. One at the stadium. There's 2 of us at the stadium, and the other 3 were at the training ground. Just in case anything did happen, which it, touch wood, it didn't. And then, you know, if a team went down, the others could jump in and, you know, and cover the other ground as well. Rather than if we was all 5 together, one gets it, we all get it, and we'd have been, I don't know what we'd have done. I have no idea, but yeah. So yeah, we did sort of take precautions that way, and but yeah, we kept going. The club obviously shut down as well, like with all the other clubs. So we was basically here on our own anyway for a long while, for the 6 weeks or whatever it was that it all stopped. So, you know, so we was quite safe. But you know, I did say to our team that if you are feeling anything or whatever, we need to be safe and secure. So touch wood, it all went well, and none of us have got it. So
I know you share the stadium with the London Irish rugby team. So how is that, obviously having 2 sports on the surface?
Yeah, I mean, it's another pressure as well to do that. More, you know, on my staff really, that more hours, more stuff to do. So we're working every weekend if such now, rather than like football, you'd have the other weekend, you're home and away. Now we're sort of when football's away, rugby's at home. So it's a bit of a pressure like that. But no, it was good. Yeah, it was all right. I quite enjoyed it, to be fair. In a funny way, I don't know. Yeah. So, but no, it was all right.
So how is it like juggling it? Because obviously I don't know whether length of cut is different between football and rugby and things like that. So
to be fair, we like it longer for rugby, but sometimes that wasn't possible because we had football the day before. So we would cut it for football. on the match day of football. After the game, we'd just brush it up and stick the hoovers over, but jack them right up just to pick the debris up and try and let it grow overnight, sort of thing as such. You know, so we wouldn't do, we wouldn't cut as such for rugby after a football match, but so we tried to leave it as long as possible. But so it's difficult juggling it. It's a bit of a catch-22 what to do for the best, and you sort of just judge it as you're going along, really. There's no your best laid plans will go out the window, you know.
So obviously at the moment it's such a big time for Brentford, really exciting. I'm sure you're sort of caught up in the bubble of that still, but looking to the future, what sort of aspirations do you have? You've only been there 4 years, so are you staying here for a lot longer? Do you want to work abroad? Where do you sort of see yourself in the future?
I've not here. That's it. I'm not looked at anything else, to be honest. It's just you haven't caught up in this here, so not really crossed my mind anything like that. Yeah, I mean I've got a family and stuff, so working abroad. When I'm a bit old for that now as well. Yeah. As younger, maybe that would have been an option. Would have been nice. Yeah. But now, too long in the tooth and a family and stuff here. So abroad probably won't happen. Although my dad does live in Spain, so maybe a golf course out there along the when I get a bit older, maybe retire out there, potter around on their golf courses for them. Yeah, lovely. Get money, if only.
So I know you won an award at a previous club. I think it was in 2009. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Oh, that was just that was out of the blue, really. It was a local non-league football club, Staines Lammas Football Club, local to me. I didn't even know I'd been nominated for it, really. And then the next thing I think it was Windsor Racecourses, then at the Saltex, doing we're getting a presentation for this non-league pitch I did. Yeah, that was voluntary as well. I wasn't paid for doing that. So so it was good. Yeah, it was good. To pretty proud of myself to do it, really. They had no budget, no nothing, a little old clapped out lawnmower, so it was a good achievement, to be fair. It was a good achievement.
So it sounds like you're probably at the most exciting time of your career at the minute, really, with Premier League, everything that's going on there. So we wish you the best of luck for the Premier League and that first game against Arsenal.
Yeah, don't be watching on the telly all of you. What's his pitch like?
That's Steve that's done that. That's Steve and his team.
Yeah, he is down there. Look, in fact, I'm not here for the first game.
Oh, really?
I'm away with my family for a week's holiday. Okay. Long before this, so I was like, And to be fair, I'm back for the Saturday, and they moved the fixture to the Friday night. So so I'm not here for the game. So the boys have to get on and look after it. That'll be fine.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Stephen. Hopefully see you soon.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much.